Look, you don't have to do comedy by making funny faces or anything like that. Just make sure your material's funny, okay? Look, I'm drinking out of a Chinese bowl coffee. What do I care, right? Seriously, I don't care how funny that is. You know where I got the joke? We Puerto Ricanize everything, like all foods. We Puerto Ricanize just about everything. We don't care what we come in contact with. Puerto Ricans, especially from New York, that are a little way too proud. I think, in my mind, I'm proud. I don't want to be proud because that's one of the worst sins there is. But I know my mind has some kind of pride problem, like a lot of people do. And in New York, we like to Puerto Ricanize food. But you know where the joke really came from today? Because I've done that before, the food thing. No big deal. And I kick ass in mixing all kinds of seasonings. And you guys won't know what I put in there. It's just all of them are secret ingredients in some cases because to put like an even amount of everything would just, ugh, nasty, too much seasoning. So everything is like mostly minimal, especially salty stuff. Everything else is mainly herbs and other seasonings that have nothing to do with salt. So this is how I got that Puerto Ricanizing everything joke. And the French are gonna hate me, and that's freaking funny. You'll see. You'll see. I'm gonna show you what else I'm gonna do to Puerto Ricanize this, but let me show you this first. You know how I Puerto Ricanize my coffee? I says, well, the French have to have it just right. But I'm from New York and we drink crap, okay? And that's a fact. And I drink freaking Bustelo since I was a kid with bread and butter. I'm a no joke comedian as far as real material. If you wanted me to really come from New York, okay? That's funny too. You wanna know how I Puerto Ricanize this thing? To get my coffee? It's not French. Pump it. Then I'm gonna tell you what else I would do with this thing. The tool. 3. That's not French press, baby. That's more closer to Puerto Rican and not even close. Because we use a thing that looks like a sock on a handle, wooden handle with just a twisted metal, and that's what the saying sock fake. You know, it's not a sock. It's made for coffee. Se llama colando café, brewing coffee. So we boil the water and the coffee in the water, so it's already super strong. And then we run it through the sock a bunch of times. And there's some Americans do this too. Some Americans have learned this being in New York, and that's like they use this coffee that I'm using right now because it's so strong. Okay, I've been drinking this coffee since I was a little kid. Oh, this is hilarious. If you do it with a more straighter face and less audio content like the way I'm using it, I'm being very expressive. So if I was more straight faced and poker faced and poker sounding, faced sounding, this would be very funny. Like really calmly explain it to you. Why do we like let me give you an example. This way you're acting a little bit, but you're not being too funny with your face. You're just trying to learn to be serious. There's a comedian I could send out to you guys on Facebook, and you can see who it is. Okay, like here's one of his jokes. One of his jokes right now. My house runs on static electricity. When you come over to my house, you gotta brush your feet really fast on the carpet and take off your sweater really fast. Static electricity. His house runs on static electricity. Carpet, sweater. So he was real straight faced, and he's one of the best comedians ever. As far as that kind of straight faced talent. Okay, I think he was the first too. Okay, straight face. All right, so it's the content that's got to be funny. I'll use an example like George Carlin. Bring up like 2 or 3 things that sound normal and something outrageously that kind of goes with it, but off base, like just throws everybody off. It goes with it, but oh boy, it's not part of the list. It just has to do with the list and just throw everybody off. Use the truth to make it fun. And I'll probably send some examples on that too. Okay, so that's funny too. All right, so but all this content is just hilarious. This is a New York City thing, And I'm not done. Before it reaches 5 minutes, I will Puerto Ricanize this a little bit more, starting small. Of course, 2 of those filters, because nobody likes that black stuff at the bottom of the damn cup. Okay, we all throw it out like cowboys. All right, so then later on, I would at least believe these things should have 3 filters for pumping it, or 5 filters best. And they should turn it into a machine where you program how many times you want it pumped. Okay? Hey man, I'm no joke. Peace out.